regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.
Welcome to the JAKIB Halftime Report. I'm Devan Kaney, coming to you live from Ocean Casino Resort, the Gallery Bar Booking Games. Joined by Marc Farzetta in Philadelphia. Marc, the Eagles trail at the half for the first time all season. The Commanders lead 20-14. Frustrating to say the least, especially when it comes to the Eagles' defense. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. I remember a game last year against the New York Giants where Jonathan Gannon decided, I'm just going to wait for Daniel Jones to make the mistake. I'm just going to wait for him to make the mistake. And he didn't make the mistake, and the Giants ended up winning that game. And then I'm watching this game tonight with Taylor Heinicke playing quarterback for the Washington Commanders, and I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff. Wait for him to make a mistake. No. He has now shown you throughout the course of this game, especially with this team being 9-12 on third down conversions, that he can not make the mistake and, as a matter of fact, actually make the good play. So how about forcing him into those mistakes? How about being a little bit more aggressive defensively in this game? I'm at a loss for how they're performing as a defense in this game. And offense has left a lot to be desired as well.
Yeah, so even looking at the offensive side of the ball, I don't know if I fault Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown doesn't seem to be making plays, but also seems to be happening from mistakes. Like some people are saying maybe he doesn't have the right spikes on his shoes. He seems to be kind of stumbling a bit. He had that one catch, kind of, and then it turned into a turnover. So what needs to happen on offense to get this game back in the Eagles' hands?
I'd like to see what happened to Miles Sanders. I've seen a lot of Kenny Gainwell. I saw Boston Scott get the first carry of the game. I need to know what's happened to this run game because they can run this football. And I know that Jalen Hurts has put up numbers against this defense in the past, against Jack Del Rio, against Ron Rivera. But now I think it's time to start trusting that run a little bit more. You're down in this game. You're not being blown out in this game, so there's no excuse to abandon the run. How about let's go to the run first before they abandon it, and then let's see what happens there. But I still think the Eagles could definitely come back in this game. The Washington Commanders are not a team that are just going to put the Eagles away. Let's see that fight. We've wanted adversity. We haven't really seen a lot of it since that Jaguars game when they were down 14 points in the first quarter. So let's see them respond to that adversity again and hopefully pull out the win and improve to 9-0.
Yeah, hopefully they can get it back in the second half. Marc Farzetta, thank you so much. Stick around. We have John McMullen coming up. He's joining us live from the link. You're watching the JAKIB Halftime Report presented by Bachetto and Lentz. First, here is a message honoring our veterans.
Jim Thompson was an extremely successful man who touched many lives during his distinguished broadcast career. Jim was president of the Broadcast Foundation of America. The foundation has distributed millions of dollars to colleagues who are facing life's most difficult challenges. And the foundation has created a special fund in honor of his work. To make a donation in his name, simply visit the foundation website at www.broadcastersfoundation.org.
Welcome back to the JAKIB Halftime Report presented by Bachetto and Lentz. I'm Devan Kaney, joined now by John McMullen, who is live from the link. John, probably the first halftime report that we've done where I'm saying, A, Eagles are trailing, B, just super frustrating performance from the team, especially the defense. So what's your take? What's going on with this Eagles defense?
Yeah, not a lot to like, Devin. I mean, I think it starts with time of possession. Little Chip Kelly vibe here. 23-49 for Washington in the first half. The Eagles only had the football for 6 minutes and 11 seconds. So you have these long, sustained drives that Washington has been doing, mainly with the running game. And they're not gouging the Eagles with the running game. Their longest run was that 12-yard run from Brian Robinson that set up his touchdown. He's got 16 for 60 at half, less than 4 yards a carry. But Washington's 9 for 12. They're playing exactly the way they need to play to beat the Eagles. They have to control the clock, shorten the game, and they have the lead. First time the Eagles have trailed at halftime. So, but you're right. Defensively, I mean, they look a little off kilter when it comes to the zone coverage. When Washington does throw the football, it's generally all play action, and receivers are running wide open. Just seems like too many blown coverages, and that's part of the thing with quarters coverage and cover two that the Eagles run a lot of. So when you have blown coverages, it can look really, really bad, and that's what kind of happened in the first half, Devin.
Yeah, so when it comes to the Eagles secondary, Darius Slay seems to be having an off game, but do you attribute that to the players or to more so Jonathan Gannon and his scheme and preparation coming into this game?
Well, the scheme doesn't change that much when it comes to the base coverages. So you do, it's all about communication. And generally when you see those sort of busted coverages, it has to do with the back end communicating with each other. So maybe, I talked about this is their third game in 29 days. They haven't played that much over the last month because of this schedule quirk where you had the bye week and then you had the mini bye essentially 1 week after it. So it's been kind of strange, and maybe they just needed 30 minutes to get back in the groove. They're still in the football game. It's only 2014. So, they still have plenty of opportunities, but they need to sustain some drives offensively. They can't, that defense has been on the field. And remember, Devin, they don't have Jordan Davis. So they're having a very difficult time stopping the running game without Jordan Davis. This offense needs to stay on the field. They went with tempo a lot. You saw it at the end of the first half. When it goes 3 and out, you're off the field so quick. And then that time of possession keeps piling up for the other team. And that's why I said sort of a Chip Kelly vibe. Eagles have to convert, have to stay on the field. If they do that, they only ran it 4 times in the first half. If they do that, I think everything will settle down. But, hey, first time trailing in the second half. A lot of fans say they want to see him have some adversity. Well, here it is. So we'll see how they end.
Yeah, we are certainly getting that adversity. We are certainly making things interesting, but let's hope that they can come back in the second half and get a win. John McMullen, thank you so much. Everyone tuning in, make sure to stay tuned right after the game for the Pond the Hockey postgame show. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Steph.
Regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.